With a greater confidence, knowledge, and awareness, we're about to cross that final line of the CCNY bridge. And before we make that final step, I'd like to share with you a little story about my journey to that bridge, which may be analogous to some of yours. See, my journey really began at age 7. I had become fascinated by medicine after watching my mother administer polio vaccines. I was mesmerized by the healing liquids. 8 years later, I graduated high school in my native country of Nigeria with the rosy outlook of a 15-year-old. And I had some beautiful dreams. How many of you have ever fantasized about being a superhero? I wanted to be a super doctor. And I'll tell you about some of my fantasies. See, I would deliver cute babies in the morning and perform life-changing surgeries in the evening. I would receive beautiful embossed letters of appreciation from people whose lives I had saved. I would even come home to find a spanking new Mercedes-Benz in my driveway. Man, I had some beautiful dreams. But life doesn't cater to our fantasies. You see, in Nigeria, medical school begins right after high school. And after passing my first matriculation exam, I was not accepted into my state school of medicine due to the almost mandatory bribery requirement. And while I was a little sad, I said to myself, I'll just try again next year. The second year came along, I worked harder, I scored higher on my exams, and I didn't get in. And I was starting to get a little anxious. And as I got more and more anxious, I started to revise my goals and fantasies for the future downwards. You know, maybe my patients didn't have to give me the latest Mercedes-Benz model. The third year came around, I worked even harder, scored even higher, and you guessed it, I was turned down again. At this point, I was gladly settling for a Toyota. And, you know, maybe some typos in the appreciation letters. And with those lessening of expectations came a significant rattling in my confidence. I began to question myself. Was I always going to remain at this level? Would I ever become that high-functioning contributor to society that I always envisioned myself as? So things didn't work out exactly as I had planned. Then almost 4 years from my high school graduation day, my mother secured a nursing job in the United States. We moved to the United States, and I finally began college. Now, the important aspect of this little story is that during that time, I experienced some bad, and I experienced some good. See, I experienced the frustration of waiting year after year after year to matriculate into college. But on the other hand, I also experienced the exhilaration of coming to the United States, the country of dreams, to start afresh and give things another try. And these situations have taught me much about perseverance. See, I've learned that in life, the good comes with the bad. You will experience both if you live on this earth. The charmed life is a fairy tale.